Red 2 standing by, all 4 lit and in the green. We are down on the farm today in the first level of Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge, the Cliff Farm. The Jinjo Oracle is just nearby and we can navigate our way around the farm, pick up a few notes nearby, and have a yarn with the Jinjo Oracle to find out what is happening. This, as our tutorial level, is fairly easy.
Klungo's gruntweeds seem to be a cross between gruntlings and whiplashes, and when you get close, they'll try to squash you. They seem a little dizzy to me.
So we do have to deal with those, but we'll be able to handle them relatively easily. Might as well grab a few notes around here. Note this bubbling water, we'll be able to do something about that. We can swim in it. But there's more to it. If we potter over and talk to Bozzeye, the 25 notes we collected allow us to learn a new move straight off the bat. I admit the accent I've used for Bozzeye has varied slightly, but that's what's going to happen. This Let's Play is going to be a bit goofier, a bit lighthearted, full of really bad voice acting.
Right, Banjo. Looks like you've got enough notes to learn the underwater dive. Great, I can't wait to take a dip into some watery crevices.
Phrasing!
Let's see. You'll need to find a spot with plenty of air, so stick to places where bubbles rise to the surface. When you're near them bubbles, just press R to take a dive. While you're down there, use A to swim higher and make sure you keep topping up your air supply. Oh, and press R to head back to the surface. Okay, I'll give it a try. Are any bubbly water spots nearby? Why not try that pull to the left?
So, time to get a grip on swimming. Press R to dive, and we head into the Cliff Falls pool. As you can see, we can swim a bit higher, go a bit lower. We can't attack underwater, but it's a very nice little touch that the lighting will actually change the higher and lower we go. I do appreciate that. There we go, 1 jiggy straight off the bat. And then we press R and up we go. Still only our basic pack whack. We'll head to the left for a little bit. I mean the right. Jeez Louise, straight off the bat, terrible sense of direction. That is admittedly a real life problem of mine. I'm not always the best with directions. I can sort of guess my way around, but sometimes I'm pretty crummy. There's one of our gruntweeds at the top of the screen. Move out of the way, bait it into attacking, and pack whack. So you'll find that most basic enemies around this time go down very, very easily. And there is...
I having fun. I not let bleaters come out of pen. I don't think they want to play any more gruntweed. You not start by playing with little bleaters.
Free at last! Thank you for saving us from that boring creature. You can take that golden jiggy in our pen if you like. So they go in completely the other direction. I mean, I know we had to get the jiggy, but they could have at least left the blasted pen. Doesn't seem like they really want to leave. And the gruntweed's coming after us. As long as they're not flying, you can take those out. They're essentially pea hats, now that I think about it. Which is a little unusual, all things considered. There we are, and here's somewhere near here. There it is, the first Jinjo of the Cliff Farm. So we'll have to keep an eye out for all of those, and the information from the Jinjo Oracle, as I said, will change. I'll probably duck back to the Jinjo Oracle to actually show how everything changes. And yeah, you can see what I was talking about in the first episode. The fact that everything just respawns so quickly is kind of ridiculous. It can make things particularly fiddly along the way, depending on certain challenges, but sometimes it can be handy if you're looking for health, because it's also worth noting that certain nests respawn.
The little bleaters are worried they won't move while Grunty's monsters are near.
Already taken care of that. But yeah, you'll find more hints from the Jinjo Oracle as you go. For now, we can actually use the Pack-Whack while moving, but that'll get replaced. So, we can learn our next move, swat that, and do we have any more notes just nearby? Got a very, very jaunty tune for exploring a farm. It's quite relaxing in all fairness. It peps you up. It's actually pretty good, just very good first level music, really. It's kind of fun. It actually reminds me of Western Lands music. Let's just take a moment to listen. Like, it's obviously not exactly the same, but it does have a very similar style and somewhat similar instrumentation. I really like it. It gives sort of that slightly southern farm feel. Right then, Banjo, you got enough notes to learn how to climb.
Looks like I'll need to use this move pretty soon.
Okay, all you got to do is find something like a ladder or a vine, then push up on the control pad. When you want to get off, just press A to let go. Try and climb them ladders behind me, and I'll see you across the bridge.
Okay, I'll see you up there.
So, quick jump up here. And we can explore a little bit, but there's not a huge amount to do. We've got another Jinjo we can grab, and if you'll allow me to, I'll quickly cut back to the Jinjo Oracle and get all the hints, because we might as well pay attention to those, just out of curiosity. There is one level in which I'm really not interested in doing that. Well, actually, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'll leave that for other players to discover if they want to. And then we have this rather distressed-looking rooster. Well, hen, any. Oh, please help me. A cruel gruntling has stolen 12 of my eggs and taken them down this slippery slide.
Sounds like you could use a hand.
Oh, do watch out for the springy spikes. I'll knock you off course. Oh, my poor chicks. In we go. And there are, I think, 3 of these slide mini-games along the way. Fairly simple. Grab the eggs. Classic blue eggs. I'm surprised I got that one. Thought I was going to screw that one up. Oh, my eggs. Thank you. Here's a little something to show my appreciation. So, pretty basic task, and we get a jiggy out of it. It is nice how they actually work the ends of the slides into the landscape. That's a reasonable level of detail. Like, the levels do actually seem to have some pretty good features to them. They've got good theming, there are some pretty nice designs in the music, and I just like the way they feel. I kind of wish that they were bigger because, well, in all honesty, they could do with being a bit bigger. Mostly because there's not a lot otherwise. So there we are. We can not really go any further on this side. We can get up here. I didn't think we could, but that's pretty much it. Climb up here, we can move along here, but there's still not much to do. If we go this way, we can wind up heading past those barrels, and there's another pool to dive into. Another gruntweed to deal with. And down we go. In the Cliff Springs, we get ourselves the third Jinjo and 3 notes. Not really that much to do as far as swimming goes. This is actually kind of an underused move, if I'm going to be honest. Now we can move our way up to the Farm Heights. There's usually an extra area in each world. There are 1 or 2 locations with specific names and smaller ones depending on what you need to do. And we're meeting that hen again. Whatever am I going to do? My 5 little chicks are out playing and the farm is crawling with monsters. What if they eat my babies?
Why don't I see if I can bring them safely home?
Oh, thank you. I'm sure I'll find a way to repay your kindness.
Right then, I'd better be on my way. Bye, Mama Clucker.
Oh, Rare, you... Oh... That one's questionable. They've still got the ability to just make you wonder. Do they do it on purpose? I mean, they obviously do. They were always very, very good at getting those subtle things just under the radar. So, we have to find 5 chicks. First, Mama Clucker wound up losing her eggs. There's one of our ×2 honeycombs. And now, she's lost her chicks. Honestly, she really, really needs to take better care of her kids. At least, she's in a position where she can't really do that much because, well, she's a hen, and hens probably aren't that strong, all things considered. Not like Boggy. Boggy was a complete loser. He was an absolute deadbeat dad. They should have called Child Protection Services on that guy. So we can cruise along under here, hopefully safe and sound. Get past the watery whiplashes. Almost. 1 Jiggy and 1 more chick. Not too bad. Banjo has always been very good at picking up chicks. Not exactly sure where he found Kazooie, but... Alright, cheesy jokes aside, not much we can do around this area. Let's get back out of the water and we'll be able to go and look for the other 3. Don't really have a lot... Whoops. There's a bit of a current in the water, which makes it a little awkward to swim around, but if we're feeling a bit low on health, we can go to one of these beehives. They always spit out those exclamation mark honeycombs. And there we are. Just like in Banjo-Tooie, they will top up our health. Completely fine. Come back here. There we are. That's 3. And there's this.
If I were a little smaller, I might just squeeze in there.
So we'll end with another Jiggy we've got to chase up as we jump up here for a fishing game. Oh, Banjo, what voice did I give these? I've already forgotten. With all the baddies about, doesn't feel safe to bathe in the sheep dip. Please stop making those puns, that's horrible. Please give the little barleaters a hand to get into the dip. Press the control pad left and right to move, and hold the B button to power up your cast. The longer you hold the button, the further the bait will fly when you let go. If you can catch 12 sheep before the time runs out, you deserve a reward. This is a bit fiddly because you really have to wait for the button press to be at just the right time. Sometimes it doesn't quite go as far as you might think, and sometimes you just miss. If you're not bang on, yeah, see, it really doesn't go as far as you think, which is a bit of a bother. Oh, come on. This isn't good. Some of them are just off. So you really have to get the timing just right for the mid-distance ones. And you can usually go just fairly short distance for the other ones.
Whoops, my performance was a little woolly. Don't worry, Mrs. Bleeder. I'll come to see you when I'm ready to try again. And
The terrible puns just keep coming. Thankfully, we can skip the pun-laden dialogue with B. And get grabbing. We're using grass to draw them in, apparently. Which would probably go down particularly well in Byron Bay. And there we are. You can get two at once sometimes. Oh, just missed. It's very exacting as it happens. It's kind of like the what's the one I'm thinking of? It's the one in the original Mario Party where you had to sort of basically flick the control stick out in order to catch the various treasure chests as they went by. Bravo! Here you go! I think we all need a break after the terrible puns there. So, with 6 of Cliff Farm's Jiggies located, and how many notes do we have? We have 76. We're breezing through this pretty easily. We can take a little break for now. Thank you very much for joining me. Till next time, this is Red 2, returning to base.